Hello and welcome to our usual slot for an Adda 12 noon. But today it's really hot outside and there is an all important match right in our city, Kolkata. Kolkata Knight Riders versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. It's hitting up. IPL has started getting a lot hotter and so has the temperature. Welcome, gents. Debashish Sen, Rohan Chaudhary, Shamik Chakraborty, and guess what? All of us will be at Eden Gardens. Devashish said, first reactions, first thought. Uh, just set up the match. What is the feeling about the match?
I like your introduction, Trisha. Means it's a really hot day, but it will be even hotter when the both the teams will actually get onto the field. Obviously, having lost two matches, all they want is the point. Is back to is go back to the winning ways. But talking about the match, obviously, it will be for me. It will be the Sunrisers Hyderabad batting against the KKR spinners. I don't give too much of importance to KKR fast bowlers. Yes, they might have possessed a Harshit Rana or Spencer Johnson or a Henrik Nokia, but so far their performance as far as the bowling is concerned has been not has been average. But when it comes to Sunrisers batting, obviously we saw in the first match posting 286, and obviously after those failure in the last couple of matches, they will look to bounce back and give some hard time for the Kolkata Knight Riders, irrespective of the wicket. If they bat first, I think they will post a very decent total. Trisha.
Absolutely. I think also, uh, Shramikda, I will come to you straight up. Let's not waste time dilly-dallying about anything. The pitch, the talk of the town, the pitch, will it spin? Straight up. There you go. Priyanshu
Trisha,
is also asking.
yeah, Trisha, first of all, the thing is that has been sort of put to rest by Doen Bravo yesterday, right? Trisha, watching KKR, the team vibe, it's only 3 games into the season, but watching KKR, the team vibe, the team discourse, everything, and the body language, somehow a line from Steve Cole. Steve Cole was is a Pulitzer award-winning journalist, former South Asia bureau chief of Washington Post, and he wrote a brilliant book of Afghanistan. And a line from that came to my mind. In the year of upheaval, there were thunderclaps disgorged by the racing skies. Now, as regards KKR, it is just 3 games, and we cannot say it's the year of upheaval yet. But mild thunderclaps are being disgorged by the racing skies. Now you have a captain and the coach who are saying, no, we need some assistance from the pitch from our spinners. And then you have the team mentor who is saying, what is pitch? I don't read anything into the pitch. And it was my question at the press conference that whether home advantage pitch wise is an oxymoron in T20 cricket, because over the course of 40 overs, the nature of the pitch doesn't change. And Doen Bravo categorically said that I don't read too much into nothing into the pitch. There is nothing pitch I don't look into. Its home advantage is about home fans. So two different narratives are coming out from the KKR camp itself, pitch-wise. Maybe they are allowing, I don't, it shouldn't be the case, but they are allowing the external factors they're allowing external factors to distract their campaigns. There is a hint. Last year, it was not the case. They kept the external factors at arm's length, but there is a difference there, even early into the season.
Absolutely. Half of what Shamikda said and quoted probably went above all of our heads. But anyway, that's not the point. Uh, but what Shamikda said is very interesting, Rohan. And I will add one line to it. Yes, whatever we are seeing of KKR, the body language does look like they have given up on themselves. Just at the beginning of the tournament, the shoulders have dropped, and out of two matches, KKR has won one. It's not like they have lost all three, but the shoulders have dropped. And now I will add one more line to it. Do you think that one statement of Ajinkya Rahane right at the beginning kind of made KKR players also feel insecure? Because If the captain comes out and says we lost the match because the pitch was not spin friendly, then you of course have just two spinners. It's not like KKR has four
Yeah.
spinners. They have two spinners. What about the nine? What about the rest nine? You are saying that they can't win matches if these two aren't the main factors. Rohan, do you think that psychology affected the team?
Well, firstly, it's a playoff between the two finalists of last year. So we were supposed to be more excited on this match rather than talking about all the other factors that have made the headlines in the recent times. So that's one thing. But I think these all these things come up when I don't want to say that word, but I think yes. So Gargi and Boyata also joins, but yes. So that leadership character, I think Ajinkya Rahane should have not given that pitch excuse, I would say, in the start of the season. And as you mentioned, that shoulders have been dropped. So I think that's on the captain to pull the other players up and show the character. Yes, he has done a really good captaincy in the domestic, but I think IPL, as Devashisa was telling the other day, IPL is a different ball game, and you want a different character altogether to be leading a franchise who are the defending champions, playing against another side who are the finalists last year. So I think yes, a lot of more character has to be shown by the captain himself, and then the others will follow.
So
You know
how many people
oh,
are there
yeah,
in the
please.
stadium today? Trisha, tell me that first.
All of us are going, apart from you.
Yeah, you have dropped me, but everybody else. Devashish will lead with photos. Shomik will lead with pieces. Trisha is in the
But
stands. Rohan is in the stands. Gandhi is in the stands.
Boryada, Shamikda is already at Eden Gardens because
What?
the moment we entered, Shamikda's name, like, the name was written in StreamYard, Shamik Chakraborty
Only
brackets
person,
Eden Gardens.
only person who Shomik has in common here is Saurav Ganguly. One time he went to Adelaide Oval at 8 a.m. for a 2 p.m. game. So
No, that
Shomik
was
is
by
in
mistake.
company.
This is different. Boryada, right now Shamikda's heart is at the Eden Gardens. And of course, his
Ah.
ears are always there to see
So I'll
what's
tell you,
the on
2015
ground
World Cup,
news.
9 a.m. we were supposed to do live. Okay, 9 a.m. Saurav Ganguly, me, and obviously my past organization. So at 8:30, I said, so where are you? 9 a.m. live. So he said, I'm there. I said, there, come down to the hotel. We are waiting outside the hotel. So he said, I'm coming. I said, okay. 8:45, I said, boss, where are you? We have to start. So he said, you guys are not there. I said, what nonsense are you talking? So he said, I'm outside the stadium. I said, boss, the game is at 2 p.m., not 9 a.m. So he had no idea. Then he said, what are you saying? I said, of course. So he gets on to a taxi and comes back to the hotel for the live. Saurav Ganguly. Bhumik is in real elite company. There's no problem. But I missed the start of the show because another interview was on. But Devashish, the story is everybody is going to that wicket. So finally, is it a turner, slow turner, rank turner, no turner? What is happening? Mute. Mute.
Yes, Mama, you have become Gargi for now on, but please come back to becoming Mama.
Yeah, if I have to break down what happened yesterday during the practice sessions of both the teams, obviously, Sunil Narine and Moin Ali were the first to turn up even before the KKR team arrived for the training session, and they were straight away they headed to the wicket, having a look at the wicket, and then they both started rolling their arms in the nets. And soon after, it was followed by the Sunrisers Hyderabad think tank, Mutaya Muralidharan, and Daniel Vettori both had inspection of the wickets. In fact, they had an inspection of both the wickets because at that time also they also did not knew which one will be the wicket for the match. And after a few minutes, Sujanda walks up to them and tells them that this is the wicket, the right hand side wicket will be the one that will be played. And now just switch over to the KKR practice when Chandrakant Pandit was actually called by Sujan Mukherjee. It was Sujan Mukherjee who invited Chandrakant Pandit, the KKR coach, and then he had a long chat. Means obviously there was a few animated discussion. Chandrakant Pandit was assuming that there was something being exchanged, and this is the picture that I was referring to. And towards the end of the KKR practice, in between, Venkatas Iyer also had a look at the wicket. the KKR vice captain. And towards the end of the practice session, Venki Mysore, KKR CEO, turns up for the practice session and have a word with Chandrakant Pandit. So there, it's the entire scenario of what transpired, keeping in mind the wicket for the match today. So clearly, both the teams are concerned about how the wicket will play, whether it is going to be a rank turner, which I think will not be the case. It will be a turn. It will offer some turn, but definitely rank turner, not rank turner, because that might backfire. But talking about the Sunrisers team, obviously, Adam Zampa pulled a long spell yesterday, so as well the KKR spinners. And Mayank Markande, for one, won't be surprised if Mayank Markande can be the surprise spinning option for KKR along with Anukul Rai. So all the four spinners, Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Lanai, Mayank Markande, and Anukul Rai were seen having an extended session in the middle along with their spin bowling coach Karl Crew.
Shumik, why not Moeen Ali? Why not Moeen Ali for somebody like a Spencer Johnson who has looked ineffective if there is turn on the wicket? Why would you not go with Moeen Ali who can bowl in the power play? Harshit Rana is there. Andre Russell can do the job with a couple of overs. You can absolutely get the job done. Why don't you add spin? Because you saw Moeen Ali do the job in Guwahati against RR. That is a very viable option for Kolkata Knight Riders.
You have sort of taken words from my mouth. I was about to say that Moeen Ali for Spencer Johnson. But there's a catch. Andre Russell, if he appears for a yo-yo test at the moment, I don't he will not pass the fitness test, yo-yo test. I mean, in the sense, he's struggling to bend his back. He's struggling. His knees look dodgy. I mean, he doesn't look to be in top shape fitness-wise. How long, whether he can sustain, there may be a question mark over his fitness. And to carry Mama's story forward, he gave a brilliant description of what happened at the pitch where the game would be played. In the pitch, just adjacent to that, Pat Cummins was spitting venom. I mean, that bowling stint, and Mama would attest, that bowling stint was fiery enough to intimidate any batting lineup, the way the ball was going. So, given combining the two, I mean, one of the CAB insiders have told us, and we have filed a copy, that it is not going to be a rank turner. No way an in-ground pitch can be made into a rank turner because the pitch composition is not like that. You can make it an under-prepared surface by not watering it for sort of 10, 15 days and not rolling it. But that is not going to be the case. And once again, whatever it is, even if it is, there will be a turn. There will be turn. There will be turn on the surface, but at the same time, there will be bounce also. Moeen Ali would be a very, very handy inclusion in place of Spencer Johnson.
Trisha, before I go to Gargi, any changes likely? Because this Moeen Ali point I was thinking is a really, really possible option for KKR. I think it's a handy one. Your thoughts on that? And before I'll go to Gargi.
Yeah, I think
Rohan
it's a handy option both ways.
Rohan was our impact player. It's done.
Well, as I was saying, I think Moeen Ali becomes a very good option because right now even KKR batting hasn't shown that bit of stability. So Moeen Ali can actually add that stability to both the ends, batting as well as bowling. In this pitch, I do think Moeen Ali would be a good option. The other thing is SRH has left-handers in Ishan Kishan, in Abhishek Sharma. So it will be very interesting if Moeen Ali not only plays, but he opens the bowling, to the whole Travishek pair is left-hander. Then you have an Ishan Kishan. So I do think I see the change. But if Shamikta is saying Andrew Russell is not fit enough, then I don't know whether you want to go for Spencer Johnson and get in Moeen Ali, or maybe get in one more batter in place of Andrew Russell as well. That is to be seen. But I do think that if there is extra bit of turn, then yes, Moeen Ali is a very, very good option.
I think the issue now with is if Andre Russell is not fit, if you bring in a Moeen Ali, then you essentially lose a batter down the order. You lose a finisher, a strong, impactful performer, because Moeen Ali will most likely slot in the top order. So, how do you manage that combination? And of course, you lose out on one extra pacer as well. So that will be, I think, a little bit KKR in a little bit of a jiffy. But let's see what Andre Russell's fitness results say.
So if Andre Russell is unwell, Shomik, like you are saying, or not 100% fit or whatever it is, so why is he being played? Because if he is unable to bowl, he did bowl and picked up a couple of wickets the last game. He did bowl. So either he is 100% and he bowls and contributes, or there is a Moeen Ali option in that squad. So there is that option even for Andre Russell. It's not as if Andre Russell has set the bat on the pitch on fire. There is a Rovman Powell. Remember, Rovman Powell captained the West Indies and really did well for the West Indies. Is a huge, hitter of the cricket ball. Even if he bats for 15 balls, he's capable of 30 odd runs, Devashish Sen. So it is not as if KKR doesn't have options. They do. Are they getting the batting order right, Devashish Sen? That's my more important question. Are you going to see Ankrish Raghuvamshi once again at 4, Ajinkya Rahane at 3? Very similar kind of batters, which is not what is ideal for the power play. Do you think KKR will tweak their batting order? Before I go to Shobik, Trisha and Gargi again.
Before Devashish starts, I just want to make it clear. Andre Russell is fit to play the game. He is not fit as far as yo-yo scale is concerned. Yo-yo fitness test is concerned. There is a difference.
But it is baffling, Bodiada. If you ask me, Andre Russell has bowled only not even 3 overs in 3 matches. So why on earth have you got an Andre Russell in your playing 11 if he has bowled only 3 overs? Even not 3 overs. He has hardly bowled 3 overs in 3 matches. And this same Andre Russell used to bowl regularly in last season. So clearly, if you look at when Gautam Gambhir was the mentor, there have been you could clearly make such decisions from the team management, getting in a Sunil Narine to open the batting, getting in Andre Russell to bowl more. So clearly you could see it was evident, and this is not the case this time round. Clearly, it is baffling. It is baffling if you are a KKR supporter. Andre Russell has been retained along with Sunil Narine, and both can play their role to perfection. I am talking about all-round ability, and it gives the balance of the side. It helps the balance of the side immensely. If Andre Russell and Venkatesh Iyer can bowl in those 4 overs between themselves, that itself, and then you have 4 overs from Sunil Narine and 4 overs from Venkatesh Iyer, Varun Chakravarti. Sorry. So 12 overs is sorted, and you have a Harshit Rana as well. So why on earth you are not using Andre Russell, the bowler? It is very baffling. He has only bowled less than 3 overs in 3 matches. Will it be the case this time round also? I don't know. But this is something that something that needs to be addressed.
Devashish, I will address this and go to Trisha. Trisha, add Venkatesh Iyer to this. Why is Venkatesh Iyer not being given even 1 over?
Yeah.
Not even 1 over. Andre Russell and Venkatesh Iyer bowls in domestic cricket. When you paid him 23 and a half crores or whatever, 23.75 crores, you paid for his all-round ability. So far, we have not seen Venkatesh Iyer bowl even 1 over. So why not? For example, if he gets a couple of wickets, it will add to his confidence with the bat. It will add to his confidence as a leader. It will add to all of that. So according to me, it has not been the best utilization of KKR's resources that they have at their disposal. Trisha Ghoshal.
Absolutely. I think this is something I was just, when I asked a question to Rohan before you guys came in, I was saying this thing, that when Ajinkya Rahane went and spoke about the whole spin wicket and all that, it almost seemed like after that the whole team psychology is completely dependent on spin and spin bowlers. They're not even thinking of the options that they already have. Venkatesh Iyer has bowled, and he has bowled well. He can, if he can, and I completely agree with Devashish. Think of this: Andre Russell 2 overs, Venkatesh Iyer 2 overs, Varun 4 overs, Sunil Narine 4 overs. Your 12 overs are done.
Harshit Rana 4.
Harshit Rana 4, 16 done. Vaibhav Arora can play. Then you don't need a Spencer Johnson. You can keep playing Moeen Ali easily without, and you get the batting. because Spencer Johnson will never give you batting, which Moeen Ali will, and Moeen Ali you can use at the top order, top of the order. The other part, the other advantage of Moeen Ali is we have a lot of righties at the top, lefties at the top, and then righty. You don't need to play an Ankush Raghuvanshi. If Moeen Ali is there, you can maybe get in another hitter, somebody, you can play Rovman Powell as well if you don't need someone like Spencer Johnson, because these guys are bowling and Rovman Powell himself can chip in. So there are so many. I think I will not even say that they have not utilized their resources in the playing 11. They even haven't got their best playing 11, is what I think, because they are so overtly, and I will go one step forward and say obsessed with the fact that their spinners need to work. The spin bowling has to work. Spinners have to get 4-5 wickets in those 8 overs. I think they're not looking beyond that, where they haven't even got their best playing 11.
Very good point, mate. Take the super chat, Gargi. Take the super chat, and then I want to ask Shomik about when you see the Hyderabad lineup. But I'll get to that. But you take the super chat.
Okay. I'm not going to say that name, but the super chat is the real redemption we saw yesterday from DSP Siraj. Which match will be interesting? KKR versus SRH or KKR versus CAB? Oh,
I don't think there is a KKR CAB here. I think KKR and CAB are on the same page. I absolutely don't think. You take the Siraj part.
Yeah.
I'll answer the other one.
When it comes to Siraj, look, there is a certain nostalgia attached to his bowling when you go back to when he was playing, when he emerged under Virat Kohli. I think we've seen him since the very start, and we've all grown to love his bowling and the way that he performs. He's a very, very fiery bowler, and if he clicks, he's going to be dangerously good. That has been missing since the past few months, and we've all wanted to see a Mohammad Siraj redemption arc coming in. Australia, yes, he wasn't his best, being dropped from the white ball. That Rohit Sharma press conference where he clearly mentioned that the reason we've let go of him is because he isn't effective with the old ball with the reverse swing. Of course, that won't matter in T20 cricket. But at the same time, all these things building up one after the other, one after the other. Siraj performing like that yesterday against the franchisee that let him go. I think it all makes for such an incredible comeback story. And it's not just about one match. Let's be clear about that as well. He has to continue performing like this, proving himself over and over again. And it's exactly what we want to see from Siraj.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday he was my vice captain, and Trisha knows Joss Butler was my captain. So, fantasy. Joss Butler and Mohammad Siraj. Spot on. And by the way, he's one of my favorite cricketers. He's close to all of us. He's close to this entire group on the show. Coming to the CAB part, I think this is a very wrong representation that it is KKR versus CAB. It was never the case. At every point in time, and I know the CAB officials as well as anyone does, and Shomik does the same, and Devashish does the same. All of us are very, very, well aware of what the ground realities are. Sujan Mukherjee never, for once, wants to say anything or do anything which is anti-KKR. Rubbish. Sujan even said to Devashish in that interview that they have KKR fans. His groundsman danced when KKR won that trophy. Snehashish Ganguly every day has been there supervising. Why? Because he too wants KKR to do well as the home association. At no point in time, he shares a good rapport with Venki Mysore. Venki Mysore went and presented a jersey. Snehashish and Saurav Ganguly, both of them share a very good relationship with Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan, in fact, on day one, when he was going out, he saw Saurav Ganguly turn back and gave Saurav Ganguly a hug. And there is a very, viral video on that. At no point was it CAB versus KKR. So don't try and dramatize. Don't try and sensationalize. There is absolutely no reason to do so. Shomik Chakraborty, the question for you. Now turn your focus to Hyderabad batting order. There's a Travis Head. There's an Abhishek Sharma. If you see Abhishek Sharma dance down the track, first ball to Mitchell Stark. Last match, first ball. He came and he was almost caught. He hit it to mid-off. Spencer Johnson is no Mitchell Stark. If they start attacking a Spencer Johnson or whoever, KKR might have an issue. Who do you start with, Shomik Chakraborty? Do you start with a Varun? Do you start with a Sunil Narayan? Do you start with a Moeen Ali? Both right-hander, left-handers, by the way. I would start with a Moeen Ali over one. Moeen Ali against a Travis Head or Moeen Ali against an Abhishek Sharma. Who would you start with? I don't want to give them free runs to start with at the start of the innings.
Same here. If I were the captain, I would also start with Moeen Ali against the two left-handers. Because see, Spencer Johnson has conceded 83 runs in the past 3 matches. 87 runs in the last 3 matches. Spencer Johnson has conceded. He is basically, I mean, you can't even call him poor man's Mitchell Stark. There is a gulf in class between Mitchell Stark and Spencer Johnson. So from that point of view, obviously the ball, someone who is taking the ball away from the left-handers, that's common sense. That's absolute common sense. But then again, see, like KKR, Sunrisers Hyderabad also has the same problem. Their batting is pretty much one-dimensional. They live by the sword and die by it. They like KKR. They don't seem to have a plan B. When the going gets tough, they struggle. We saw it last year also in the final, in the playoff. This time also, the 2 matches they have lost, it appeared that they lacked a plan B. When the ball is coming onto the bat, Hail Mary hitting, that is absolutely fine. But in terms of playing the situations, Sunrisers Hyderabad haven't, haven't shown that kind of a mojo or that kind of skill set if the degree of difficulty is higher. And once again, if Shujanda wouldn't have listened to KKR management, he wouldn't have prepared a second pitch for this game. He wouldn't have prepared a second pitch for this game. He always said, I'm open to giving them a patient hearing, listening to their viewpoint. But if the degree of difficulty is higher, then Hyderabad batting lineup would struggle also.
Devashi, there is a question about the pitch again. Saurabh Lugai, some whatever name. I don't know where these names come from, boss. Come on. Why don't you just put your own name and do it? Sometimes some strange name comes up. It was very strange. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I saw the pitch. It's going to be dry. Where did you see it? I saw it through photographs that Devashish sent me, Shomik sent me, Gargi sent me. We've seen photographs, but to understand from far and from photographs that this will be a very dry wicket, etc., I don't know. These guys have been at the Eden Gardens every single day. They've seen the wicket being prepared. Shujan Mukherjee rather was very clear. Very clear. At no point in time will it be not watered. No point. It will not be done anything that is contrary to the BCCI pitch regulations. Devashish, I do think there is far too much talk on this wicket. Ultimately, wickets don't win cricket matches. Players do, performances do, effort do. And come on, boss, don't forget about the pitch. Go and play your cricket. Finished. Go and play your cricket. Do you agree? KKR has to win the match by their ability. Forget about the wicket.
Yeah, but that is what Dwayne Bravo said in the press conference, pre-match press conference, which was in fact answering to Somik Das' question yesterday in the press conference. But what worries me as a franchisee, if you ask me, and being a loyal KKR supporter, I'm not backing particularly KKR. You look at franchisee, LSG, they fielded a Prince Yadav. You talk about the Sunrisers Hyderabad, they fielded Aniket Verma and Jishan Ansari. You talk about the Mumbai Indians, they fielded Ashwani Kumar and Vignesh Puttur. Where the hell KKR has been doing? Where are they investing for the last couple of seasons? Just tell me one name. Except for Shreya Sharma in the last game, they have hardly tried any youngster as a surprise element. They have it in their ranks in this season. Someone like Luknit Sisodiya, who has done really, really good, because I was having a word with Bharat, who follows Karnataka cricket. He could be your surprise element. He's a wicketkeeper batter. Where is plan B or a plan C for KKR or for Chandrakant Pandit? They are still with the same template. This is the batting order. Ajinkya Rahane, Venkatesh Iyer. Where is that plan B? It is really, really before you actually 3-4 matches are gone. And if you go on to lose these 2 matches, your IPL campaign might be well as over. By 6 matches, your IPL campaign might only be over.
Trisha, before I ask Gargi, I take the point of Devashish for this season. But last season, this was the same KKR that got a Harshit Rana, who went on to play for India. They got an Ankrish Raghuvangshi, who became a name. They got a Vaibhav Arora, who became a name. They got Sunil Narayan at the top, which was a different strategy. Was it Gautam Gambhir? So that is where the question comes in, that without Gautam Gambhir, is Chandru Pandit the same coach? Without Gautam Gambhir, is there a degree of defensiveness in KKR? Is there a degree of how do I put it, conservatism in KKR that we are not seeing experiments. Trisha Ghoshal.
I think one more person apart from Gautam Gambhir also deserves the
Iyer.
credit. That's Shreyas Iyer. Because
100%.
if you look at Punjab Kings, I think that's very, very clear. If you look at the Indian team and the way the Indian team approaches T20, you would know that the flavor Gautam Gambhir got in. And the moment you look at Punjab Kings, you will see the aura, the confidence that the Shreyas Iyer got in. That is what made this same KKR suddenly look like a plus side, which I don't think, probably it's not a plus side. It's and it's a side of match winners. It's not like KKR does not have match winners, but those match winners need the fueling from personalities like Gautam Gambhir, like Shreyas Iyer. I think what KKR is missing the most right now is a personality in their dugout who could, charge them on. And I read your piece on how probably Shah Rukh Khan could talk to the players. Of course, it's not about the skill set of the players. It's about the mindset, about, just going and showing a positive mindset. And as Debashis said, I kind of agree with him that Lovely Sisodia might be an option, might not be an option. The biggest lacking with KKR is the moment the match starts slipping out of the hand, you don't see them changing their plans. They still stick to the plans. You kind of know which overs by now Varun will bowl. You know Varun and Sunil are.
Yes.
And as an opposition, if I'm an opposition batter, see, something that happened to Rashid Khan. He's a world-class bowler. Nobody is denying that. But certain oppositions at one point when he knew that we will not give wickets to Varun and Sunil, and we have put KKR on the back foot because everyone is waiting for them to come and dismiss us. The moment that is what RCB did. They attacked Varun's first over, and suddenly Kolkata had still scored a 160 odd, 150 odd, I think, if I'm not wrong. They acted like 155.
175. 175.
Yeah, sorry. Their body language showed as if they have scored 125 because one Varun's over went for 21. After that, Virat and Phil Salt didn't even attack him. They were like, "Ab isko wicket nahi denge hum." So a simple solution: don't give wicket to Varun and Sunil, and KKR does not know what to do.
Okay, Kargi, if you add to that, even in batting, and I have made this point in the last game, 41 for 4, Rinku Singh slashes every ball. Andre Russell the same way. That other fellow, Ramandeep Singh, went the same way. All of them, if you see the shots, there was one guy, I don't remember who. Again, the same shot. Rinku Singh, for example, was in 67 for 5 at that point in time. And he gets out to that Ashwini Kumar, once again playing that strange slash. Why? If Rinku Singh would have got a 70, 120 balls बहुत होता है यार 15 ओवर में 16 ओवर में आप ऑल आउट हो रहे हो in a 20 over game. Come on, you've not even batted your full 20 overs.
Yeah.
Mumbai finished it off in 13-14 overs. You've not even played 30 overs in the whole match. So clearly आपका जो डगआउट है ना प्रॉब्लम वो तो डगआउट से इंस्ट्रक्शन आएगा कि बॉस कम ऑन वी लॉस्ट अर्ली विकेट्स yesterday chalo haar gaya, but Bangalore got 170. Bangalore got 170, not 115. They were also 41 for 4. Yes. Bangalore was also 41 for 4 and Tim David finished it off. Yeah. Liam Livingston batted it, got them to 170. It was a fighting total. Why don't I see that?
This has become a thing in T20 cricket, and we've seen this happen with a lot of teams where they think that aggressive means batting the same way, every batter bats the same way, and they don't adapt to those situations, like we saw with the baseball as well. Even if they're let's say power play mein 4 wickets bhi gir gaye, still they will bat the same way. But sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's about adaptability, like you spoke about. That day KKR batters all got out in peculiar ways that should not have been wickets. Those were not wicket taking balls, yet the batters lost their wickets. So when we think about this, where is KKR going wrong? It could very well be that they are trying a certain template when it comes to batting or bowling as well, that they have to play a certain way, and that's what we're trying, and it's not working for them. Maybe there needs to be a bit of versatility and adaptability going forward.
Okay.
It could be.
Let's end here. And yeah, Trisha, quickly.
Just one point. I think KKR is following the Gautam Gambhir template without the Gautam Gambhir team, and that is a problem. You do not
Good
have
point.
the same players, but you're trying to follow the same template. Ajinkya Rahane is going to give you fast runs. It's not like he's not going to, but he's not the same player as Shreyas Iyer. So it's
Yeah.
not a like for like replacement. So you can't play a like for like game. You have to adapt with the team that has changed. That KKR hasn't
Wait,
done.
you want to say something? 30 seconds. I'm going to close the show.
KKR bungled big time as far as the retention is concerned. The players they let go of are flourishing in different skies. Obviously, we have to cut them some slack because in a mega auction year, it was not possible to return everyone. But then again, they let go of their match winners. And I obviously Gautam Gambhir was a huge factor last term. At the end of the day, it's about the players who go out there in the middle and execute the plans. KKR have let go of match winners en masse. That is their biggest problem this time. And yes, commiserations Gagi.
I still think, this is my point and I can be wrong. I still think KKR has the team. I still think KKR has the side to do well, make the playoffs. Devashish disagrees. We will see. But I think if they get their batting order right, their team selection right, their approach right, forget about the pitch and play cricket based on merit, the bat and the ball, they have the ability to do so. We will see what happens tonight. Hyderabad Sunrisers versus the Kolkata Knight Riders. Trisha, Devashish, Shomik, Gargi, Shubhan, all of them, Rohan, all of them will be at the Eden Garden. So a mega coverage across all our platforms, be it English, be it Hindi, be it Bangla, from the Eden Gardens from 4 o'clock onward. So keep tuning in. We will bring you all the updates. 40 degrees centigrade in Calcutta, by the way. Very, very hot and seriously, seriously humid. But that doesn't mean 70,000 will not turn up supporting KKR. Let's see if there is redemption tonight. For the moment, that's all we have. Thank you very much for watching.